don't think mine's gonna cause any issues.
No.
Does somebody want to take a shower tonight?
Yes, indeed.
Was the water surging, so we needed to transfer some water?
Yes, sir.
This might be the last water we transfer of the year. We never know.
Might be the last water of 2025.
Must be the last, yeah, not melted by snow. So here we go. We went to get the pump set up this earlier, and our pump was cracked because it froze. Jay went away for one weekend, and he left the pump full of water, and it cracked. So now we're transferring water, and here's our new pump we bought at the green store. This one says it's a lot faster than the other one, so here's our 2 takes of water here. So shower's on the way.
We gotta go set up everything over there, right?
It's just, I'm turning it on and dealing with it.
Okay.
Why is this not turning on?
It said it was quieter.
There's no way that is. There we go. I don't know what that was.
750 watts.
That's more like it. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Maybe it was a priming mode?
Maybe. So
we might have to read the directions. I think I already threw them in the bird barrel. I think I already threw the directions away, so anyway, let's go get the water in the pump so it's moving in the right direction. Move, buddy, move. Oh yeah, I hear it. I don't know if that's because there's ice in the line or because that pump is
new.
Sucky. There's got to be ice in the lines or something.
Probably.
Oh, we got a kink. No, we don't have a kink. I don't know why this is turning on and off on its own. Everything's a piece of crap, man. Everything is a piece of crap now. You gotta read directions on how to turn a switch on. Like, what the heck? On, off switch. Why can't it just be push it, it come... Half a horsepower. 25 gallons a minute. Bullshit. This old pump from Harbor Freight, 1,500 gallons per hour. So what's 25 times 60? 1,200. About the same size pump, but it's not pumping out of there. That is rubbish. I don't know what that, if that's because of ice or what. Alright guys, I'm going to leave this running for 20 minutes and see if there's ice in there or something. I don't feel like there's any ice in the lines. It was whatever. I'll figure it out. Maybe there's just ice in there and it'll break free. I'll feel the hose up. All right, I'll feel the hose and see if it's, I mean, it's flowing, but that's garbage. Maybe there's an air suction. Maybe there's suction on the, I don't know. Maybe there was a plug on the discharge and I didn't take it out because it was dark. A lot of these come with plugs in them. Maybe there's a plug in the way. There's perfectly fine water there. Maybe there's a plug or something. I mean, the water is coming out of there better. And the water's coming out better by gravity than it is out there. So it's got to be ice. Or there's an air suction gap. But I don't hear any hissing. You can hear it. You can hear it wind up and then it's clogged. There we go. Playing with my hose is a two-hand job, so it just broke loose. I went all the way up and down this last 50 or 75 feet, whatever it is. There was ice in there. Wasn't the pump. Look at that. That's some water flow down. So this pump says 25 gallons a minute. That would mean this would fill this up in about 12 minutes. I'm not thinking so. All right, we got water going. That's good. We'll catch up with you when we're done. I'll probably catch up with you in the morning, maybe. But this is what we do. We have to do this once every 7 to 10 days. We use 275 gallons of water. This is a 275 gallon IBC tote. We use this, like I said, every 7 to 10 days. Sometimes 2 weeks. Sometimes 2 weeks, but we'll see. All right, we'll catch you guys in a little bit. What the heck, guys? I was just coming over here to try to get the hot tub unfrozen. The hot tub itself is warm. We just heard a really loud bang over. Alright, I was just gonna go grab a power station and come over here and try to heat the hot tub up because the hot tub is the frozen. I forgot to turn the little pump on for the night. We're winterizing this. But the heater freezes. The heater froze. Let me get this opened up. So as you guys have seen today, we got a lot of projects done. We've been using the Bluetti Elite 400. This is a brand new product. It's come out in the market just in the last few days to the public, so you guys can pick one up for Black Friday. The Elite 400 has 3,840 watt hours of LiFePO4 battery storage capacity inside of it. It also has a 2,600 watt pure sine wave inverter that can surge up to 5,200 watts. We can run our circular saw, our reciprocating saw, we can run our planer, and we can run our table saw. With that 5,200 watt surge, that allows all those tools to run all at the same time. It's also ready to go for all our DC devices. It has a cigarette port, and it has the USB-A's, and it has USB-C's. Those dual USB-C's can use up to 100 watts. It's got an XT60 that we can charge it with up to 1,000 watts of solar. Couple solar with AC charging and get 2,800 watts. That means we can charge this unit from 0 to 80% in just 70 minutes. Guys, I can't tell you how happy I am that Bluetti came out with this Elite 400. This is an extremely portable unit. Some of the larger units are hard to lug around. Not with the Elite 400. This telescoping handle and shock-absorbing wheels make it easily portable and ready to roll. The Elite 400 may be powerful and very capable unit, but that doesn't mean it uses a lot of power when it's sitting idle. In sleep mode, it only uses 3 watts, and while using DC and AC devices, it only uses 13 watts. This means this unit will run for days and days without going dead and self-absorbing its own power. That's a problem with a lot of units out there nowadays, not with the Elite 400. So what's your favorite part of the Elite 400?
I like the upright design, and it's easy to pull around, and it fits flat against the wall too because of its upright design.
Takes up less space, right?
Yep.
It's pretty nice. So we're using the Elite 400 to complete all these projects we have here around the cabin. Don't forget, if you're not doing building projects, the Elite 400 is perfect for home power backup. Run that refrigerator, coffee maker, lights, television, and keep some of those devices charged for the kiddos during a grid down situation. Keep them calm and collected. Groceries are still expensive. Let's make sure we protect those by keeping our refrigerator running during a power outage. Last winter, we had a massive ice storm here. Power was down in the area 10 to 14 days in some places. Having a unit like the Elite 400 ready to go will give you a lot of peace of mind. It's built to last and comes with a 5-year warranty as well. So make sure you check out those links in our description box below in the first pinned comment. That'll take you to the best deal you could get on an Elite 400 of your own. And don't forget, holidays are coming up, so check out all the rest of the Bluetti line in case you need a gift for that hard to buy for friend or loved one. Thank you, Bluetti, for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for letting me tell you about the Bluetti Elite 400. Now, let's get back to the video. Alright, guys. So I'm finding the shortcomings of my fragile setups. So, our Gasland heater is cracked again. So this system works great long as you never forget to do one of the 18 things that you have to do, or 800 things you have to do when, you know, when it gets cold. So we were going to winterize this today anyway, and then I forgot to plug in the mini pump last night to run this system. So now we got a cracked heater. So maybe I could use parts from that other one that went bad to fix it, but stupid. It could cost us $130 every time I break one of these. So anyway, I tried heating it up. I got it flowing. Now it's leaking. So whatever. Let's just carry on. Get this guy winterized for the year. Anyway, let's open up the service valve. Service valve. Let her drain. So guys, that sucks. But anyway, alright, I'm going to come back to this. I got something to do for a little bit. Let that drain out, and then we'll take it apart. So, I guess the only good thing is about this break-in is it always breaks right before Black Friday.
We like to break it, though. Apparently, we just suck.
A lot of this stuff's set up to be like temporary / like experimental / you know, easy, and you know, it causes a lot of day-to-day functioning that needs to like take care of everything.
I didn't know it was supposed to get that cold last night.
I knew it was supposed to get cold, but not that cold. It was supposed to be like 30, and it got down to like 24. So everything froze instantly. Even the heater in the cabin froze a little bit. So anyway, I got snowmobiles to move. So I'm gonna go I'll probably just pick up John.
Okay.
And then he'll help. Then when I take him back, I'll take the black one.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Stan. I'll see you in about an hour.
All right. So Jen's running to town, guys. Neighbor John, offered to. Well, not offered. I asked him if he would work on my snowmobiles. The red, old Ruby Red, is running fine still, knock on wood. But the green one that we've been using the last couple years, I guess the float bowls were... float bowls were stuck. So it was like flooding out the pistons or cylinders, and that's why it wouldn't start, ever. It would take like 40 pulls to get it to start because the crank, I guess, just filled up with gas. So every time I've done carburetor repair or rebuild, it's never run any different than when I took them apart. So I'm dedicating that, or what's it called? Allocating that to Mr. John if he is willing. So anyway, I gotta grab my phone and then go get the trailer. We're gonna go swap snowmobiles. He's gonna actually work on the $300. Where are you at? Okay, I'll just grab this. He's gonna work on the Indy Light that I bought last year. It ran, but it would not move. So I guess that's a better indicator that just the jets are clogged. But, again, I like to do carburetor stuff. I just buy a cheap carburetor and throw it on. He's going to rebuild them because he's better at that. Every time, like I said, I've rebuilt them, nothing runs better or any better after I do it. So, anyway. Taking both the dogs with you? Both dogs want to go for a car ride?
Yeah.
All right.
They're eager to get out of the cabin. They haven't left the cabin in over a week, so.
Try to take them and do something. We take them for ice cream in the summer, but in the winter they just go for car rides.
They think that's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting for them. So, all right, I'm gonna go to John's.
Okay.
I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Love you. All right, guys, let's go. Good stuff. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do this, guys. This is freaking break my back doing stuff like that. I just waited for John, but I don't like to ask. I don't like depending on people and bothering people. This is my adventure, not someone else's. I'm already asking him to fix that for me if he can. So anyway. Alright guys, let's go finish wrapping up the hot tub. It's probably half drained out by now. And we can move on to the next project. Ooh, empty. That's good. Empty hot tub is good. Alright, so many of you guys know that I work on hot tubs for a living from the age of 20 to 40. I've worked on them still a little bit. I have some really good customers downstate that I take care of. We go downstate once every couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and I do a couple jobs, but just those people I like. There's like 30 to 40 of them. So anyway, we got this very simple setup hot tub, winterized almost. We have 2 isolated systems on this. A small circulating system that does our heat, and then we got this bigger pump over here that just sucks water from the bottom, pushes it through this secondary filter. I just took that canister all apart. I want to leave that open for the winter. Look at all these leaves it got in here. I gotta get these leaves out of here. And we're gonna, instead of disconnecting our circulating motor that's over on that end, we're just gonna dump a little bit of antifreeze in the skimmer box here and then push it through here. Now if I had done this yesterday, it would have pushed the antifreeze through the heater and then back into the tub, and we wouldn't have had a broken heater. So I don't know, man. I feel like an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I just like, we try to let this stuff go as long as we can so we can enjoy it, and then, you know, it bites us in the butt. That's $100 that we just spent. So get this filter out of here. That filter is pretty dirty, but it could probably get sprayed out easily. That's not that bad. Just needs to be sprayed out. All we'll do here is turn the pump on for a minute. It'll get pushed into there. Then we'll get this water out of here with a cup. We'll dump a couple gallons of antifreeze in here. We'll dump a gallon of antifreeze in here, and it'll suck it down into the pump, and then through the heater and back into here. Let's turn this on right now, actually. A little bit of water coming out of here. That's because most of it's coming out of our heater. That's really sucky. One night too much. That's how it always goes. If it could have just froze and then thawed out like the one on the cabin, it'd be fine. But of course it didn't. Stupid. That's a lot of work too. Now I gotta replumb it. But whatever. I'll get a better system maybe. Maybe we can think of something better next year. Okay?
Next year maybe we'll learn.
Yeah. I should have closed this down 2 weeks ago. We should just close it down at the beginning of November. So anyway, there we go. Water. All the water's out of that filter canister. All we really need is water into the pump so the pump doesn't crack. Or antifreeze into the pump so it doesn't crack.
Stuff done. They don't look too dirty anymore. They looked a lot dirtier before.
Yeah, they probably don't need to be washed.
Sitting in the rain and snow for a few months.
It's alright, it'll clean off when it rains or snows or whatever.
Take the leaves, Win! Take the leaves!
Alright.
Take them! Take them down the hill! Where they belong!
I can take one of these panels over here for the Bluetti.
We're gonna have 18
Yeah.
300 watt panels, right?
Yep. 18 of them. That's gonna be
That's insane.
5,400 watts. Right now we have 3,600.
That's
So
gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be good because then on sunny days here in the wintertime we can soak it up.
yep. Like a cloudy day like today, really overcast, we're not getting any solar. Like none. Because the voltage isn't even high enough to charge. So let's go double check that.
Well, we are now in gray season. We have officially hit the middle of November. That's gray season. Means we're not going to see a lot of sun for 6 to 10 weeks.
So we have no solar coming in at all. If these were on a smaller system, they might produce a little, but both arrays, the top and bottom, are only at 110 volts. And they should be at 220 when the sun's out, 220-ish. And because we're below 120 volts, it doesn't charge on this bigger system. So that's something you guys have to learn if you're going to do solar. You have to learn voltages. Not necessarily, I mean, the conversion thing is easy once you get it, but you know, keeping track of your voltages with series and parallel and stuff is easy too once you get it, but you just have to watch like 100 videos and it'll click.
But told them we're in gray season, right?
Yes.
6 to 10 weeks of
10 to 12 weeks. It's going to be this year.
90% of our days are going to look like this.
We got today and tomorrow rainy / snowy, and then a couple days midweek that are supposed to be halfway decent.
Yep, we'll
but
get like
our
one
battery,
day. We'll get, if we're lucky, we'll get 1 day a week.
yeah, and the batteries don't really charge up on these days because it's only 5 to 6 hours of sunlight, and it's still cloudy. There's no like bluebird days this time of year. There's like,
not for us here.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
sunshine.
some people might have sunshine in other parts of the country or state, but not us.
Yeah, so we might reconsider building. Let's pick everything up and move it to somewhere else.
Florida.
I couldn't live in Florida either, so it's either cold for 6 months or too hot for 6 months. So you got to figure that out.
There's no happy medium.
At least in the cold here, we can get warm by sitting by a fire and cuddle inside, and
Who do you cuddle with?
the dogs. All right, so that's enough of that.
That's why we need more batteries too, guys. That's why Jay built the bunker.
All our batteries are at 25-30% right now. So if we make it through tomorrow, we'll be lucky without using the generator. And then, like I said, it's not going to charge up to 100%. We charged some power stations up preparing for this big transition. So that kind of sucked the batteries down a little bit yesterday. So we're going to switch over to a backup system while we do this solar transition or solar reconfiguration. I got a couple things we can move around. Let's clean up a few more things and we'll figure out what we're doing. I don't have a ton of time today, so you might see this video in different parts. I already kind of explained to him it might be day to day. You know, it might be 5 different days clumped into one. I don't know.
Sometimes that happens.
Yep. So. Good?
Mm-hmm.